The Kremlin said on the Sunday that Russia was deeply concerned about the possibility of the United States supplying Tomahawk missiles to the Ukraine, warning that the war had reached a dramatic moment with the escalation from all sides. Also, the United States President Donald Trump said on the Monday that before agreeing to provide Tomahawks, he would want to know what the Ukraine planned to do with them because he did not want to escalate the war between that's going on in the Russia and the Ukraine. He also said, however, that he had sort of made a decision on the matter. Also, Tomahawk missiles that have a range of about 2,500 kilometers or 5,500 that of the 1550 miles, meaning that the Ukraine would be able to use them for the long-range strikes deep inside Russia, including the Moscow. Some retired variants of the Tomahawks can carry a nuclear warhead, according to the United States Congressional Research Service. The topic of the Tomahawks is also of extreme concern, the Kremlin spokesperson Dmitry Peskov told the Russian state television reporter, that is Pavel Zuparin, in remarks to the publishing on the Sunday. Now is really a very dramatic moment in terms of the fact that the tensions are escalating from all sides. The war in the Ukraine, Europe's deadliest since the World War II, has sparked the biggest confrontation between the Russia and the West since the Cuban Missile Crisis back in the 1962, and the Russian officials say that they are now in a hot conflict with the West. Peskov said that if Tomahawks were launched at the Russia, the Moscow would have to take into account some versions of the missiles that can carry nuclear warhead. Just imagine a long-range missile is launched and is flying, and we know that it could be nuclear. What should the Russian Federation think? Just how should the Russians react? Military expert overseas should understand this, Peskov said. The Russian President Vladimir Putin said earlier this month that it was impossible to use Tomahawks without the direct participation of the United States military personnel, and so any supply of such missiles to the Ukraine would trigger a qualitatively new stage of escalation. The Financial Times also reported on Sunday that the United States has been helping the Ukraine mount long-range strikes on the Russian energy facilities for months. The Financial Times said the United States intelligence helped the Kyiv shape route, planning altitude, timing, and the mission decisions, also enabling Ukraine's long-range one-way attack drone to evade Russian air defenses. Putin portrays the war as a watershed moment in the Moscow's relation with the West, which he says humiliated the Russia after the 1991 fall of the Soviet Union by enlarging NATO and encroaching on what he considers Moscow's sphere of influence. It is also including the Russia, Ukraine, Georgia. Also, Ukraine and its allies have cast it as an imperial-style land grab and have repeatedly vowed to defeat the Russian forces.